All right, we got something a little different today. We're going to be working in a Kami document just to get a little extra practice. So you can throw your name on the top and feel free to put the date. For me right now, it's the 24th. For you, it's different. And you're going to use these drawing tools. You can use the text tool, the markup tool, anything that feels good to you. Here's the eraser if you need to erase anything. So it says Claire has at least 65 cents in nickels in her dresser. Which statement best represents that inequality? So a nickel is 5 cents, 0.05. So to figure out how much total money you have, you're going to take 0.05 and multiply it by n. And it says that she has at least 65 cents. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 0.65. So we see that here, option B. So go ahead and select that. After each problem, I'm going to be clearing my board and moving forward to the next one. Which inequality is represented by the graph? Ooh, okay. So first of all, the first thing that we can do is look at the type of line we have. It's a dashed line. So that means points on the line are not solutions. So it cannot be this one or this one because it has the or equal to, which would be a solid line. Now, the next thing that we can do is just test a point and figure out, is it shaded below or above? Well, you know I love to test 0.00, so let's test it in the first one. 4 times 0 plus 3 times 0 less than 24. This becomes 0 plus 0, which of course gets us 0 less than 24, and that is a true statement, so that's going to be our inequality for this graph. All right, I'm going to clear this out, and we'll go down to number 3. It says small gift bags cost 89 cents and small gift boxes are $1.12 each. Anne needs to purchase these items for for his jewelry business, but he wants to spend no more than $25. Using X to represent the number of gift bags, which are 89 cents each, and Y to represent the gift boxes that are $1.12 each. Which statement best represents the scenario? So we want to match our 112 and Y. So we can see that that happens here and here. But the other two, it does not match. So it can't be B, can't be D. So then do we want it to be less than 25 or less than or equal to 25? So he wants to spend no more than $25. So it can be equal to $25, just doesn't want it to be more than 25. Let's go ahead and plug that in. And let's look at number 4. Elena is ordering yarn to make scarves. Acrylic yarn, Y, is $8 per skein, and cashmere yarn, C, is $12 per skein. She wants to spend less than 65 altogether. So we have this acrylic yarn, Y, which is $8, and cashmere C, which is 12. Oops. Beautiful. So we have 8Y plus 12C, and she wants to spend less than 65 altogether. So we want that to be less than 65. Which of the following correctly describes the solution to the inequality? So we are using Y and C. So it's a little confusing, but our coordinates are Y comma C for this situation. So 4 is going to be 4 acrylic yarn and 3 cashmere. That looks good to me so far. 4 is Y, which is cashmere, so that's wrong. 5 acrylic and 2 of cashmere. That looks good. And then 5 comma 2 is, that's wrong. Okay, because it's cashmere, so it has the variables wrong. So now between these two, which of them gets a correct true inequality? So let's try 4 comma 3 first. So we have 8 times 4 plus 12 times 3, and we're wondering if that's less than 65. 8 times 4 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 24 plus 36 is 60, which is less than 64. So we have a true statement with the first one here, so that's going to be our solution. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to clear this off of my screen and scroll down. So for question 5, it says Tyler's buying tambourines and recorders for the music classes that he teaches. Here's our two variables. Tambourines are $8 each. Recorders, $10 each. He wants to spend less than $160. It tells us T, oops, didn't change my color. T is the variable we use for tambourines and R for recorders. So to write an inequality that represents this, tambourines are $8 and we use the letter T, plus recorders are $10 and we use the letter R, and we want to spend less than 160. So less than 160. Which of the following numbers of tambourines and recorders can Tyler purchase? So notice since it's less than, we have that dashed line and we're shaded below. So here's the first one, A, 6, 10. Looks good to me. That first one looks pretty good. It's in the shaded region. Let's look at the rest. 8, 10. Oh, 8, 10 is right outside the shaded region. 12, 8, outside the shaded region. 14 tambourines, 6 recorders, outside the shaded region. So the only one that works is A. Beautiful. Clear the board. While I'm clearing my board, you keep yours. Number 6 is Maya's buying pans for her online bakery business. Tart pans, T, cost $3.88. And bread loaf pans, B, cost $8.95. She wants to spend no more than $90 on these two types of pans. Write an inequality. And I want you to try this one on your own. So try and write that inequality. Get that under number 6. And when you're all set, let's scroll down to the last one, number 7. Bart is ordering printer paper and ink. Paper cost $7.20 per ream, and ink cost, oops, get a different color. Ink is $22.50 per cartridge. Bard wants to spend, or does spend, no more than $135 on both the reams and the cartridges. So we're going to write that inequality. Let us match our coefficients with our variables. So we have paper, which we'll say is reams of paper, R. So we have $7.20 R. And then we're adding in our ink cartridge, which is 2250. And the variable for that is C. And we want it to be no more than 135. So we're going to do less than 135. And now for part B and part C, you are using the graph, or you could also use the inequality, either one, to explain your thinking. Can these situations work? 6 reams of paper and 5 ink, or 9 reams and 2 ink? Use the graph, use the inequality, figure it out. Let me know if they can work. So you're going to do those solo on your own. And when you're all set, in the top right corner over here, there's this turn in button. Make sure you are clicking that and turning in this cami. Beautiful, my friends. Beautiful job today. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.